So on today's video, what I want to dive deep into is what is the orb? A lot of you guys have probably heard of it. You guys have probably seen it before, but don't know exactly how it works. That's what I want to dive deep into in today's episode. It's a strategy that works really good. Those of you guys that don't know, I've been in the market since 2010. I've been trading options since 2019. All right, but I've been trading stocks since 2010. So I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to this stuff. So what I want to go over with you guys is how do you chart this, okay? A lot of people have very difficult times charting. So that's kind of what we want to do on today's video. It's super simple, okay? We're going to do the 15-minute orb. So what you want to do is we draw out the high and the low within the first 15 minutes of the market. All right. So let's do that right now. So this here is Tesla on October 23rd, 2025. The low on the 5-minute here is, you know what? And let me switch out these settings as well. That way we get an accurate. So we go to Snap Drawings 2. OHLC, apply, okay. All right, so here we go. Our low on Tesla on this day was 413, and the high within the first 15 minutes was 422.24. No. 422.12. All right, that was the high, and this was the low within the first 15 minutes of the market. So now the orb, you can do it within the first 15 minutes, or you can do within 30 minutes. Me personally, I like doing it within the first 15 minutes of the market. All right. Now, here's what we can see here. All right, you don't want to take a trade under the 15-minute mark, and you want to wait for the retest. This here, I'm going to draw this out for you guys, was our retest, okay? Being patient in the market is extremely important. So as we drew this out, we broke out of our 422 high, and we came back and we retested this level. We got a full close here on this candle, and then we went from red to green here. All right, and yeah, this here was our retest, and as you guys can see, we just kept moving on up. All right, now the 15-minute orb, that's pretty much how it works. After you map out your high and low within the first 15 minutes, you wait for a direction in the market. It can go either way. It can go up or it can go down, and when it breaks out of the orb, but you always want to wait for that retest. The retest is going to give you confirmation on whether it's going to be a continuation or it's a fake out, or if it is just going to keep on, if it's going to keep on running. The retest is going to give you direction on everything, all right? Now let me try to find another one for you guys. Let's see. Let's do this one here. This was the next day on the 24th. Oh, yeah, on the 24th. All right, so we're still on the 5 minutes. All right, so we're going to map out the high, and we're going to map out the low within the first 15 minutes of the market. Here we go. All right, so here's our high and low. This could have been a fake out here, but we had a nice retest right here. All right. We broke out of our low candle of 441. We retested here. And for the rest of the day, direction in the market was pretty much on the way down. All right. From there. So mapped out our high, mapped out our low. We broke and retest. On the retest, we just continued to move downwards. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's do the 22nd. All right. We'll do the 22nd. And just for context, so you guys can see that the 15-minute orb works really, really, really good. All right. I don't know what it is, but that strategy, I have been loving it. Um, Let me draw this one out for you guys again. You got your high, you got your low right here. You got your low. Didn't really get a retest here on the break, but as you guys can see, the market did continue to move downwards. All right, it continued to move downwards after we broke 440. But this right here was a trade that I wouldn't have taken because there was no retest. But as you guys can see, the market just continued to move downwards after we broke out of that 15-minute orb to the downside. All right. Now let's go back one more. This is a good one here. All right. The high and our low. Okay. Here we go. This right here was our high and our low. We never broke out the entire day. Okay. We consolidated. Market moved sideways. We broke out here, but we didn't get a full, well, we got a full close here, but it was, candle was green. So it was redirecting. But yeah, and we wouldn't have got a retest. This was something that once we would have gotten a full close underneath that low, we would have waited for a retest and then direction to the downside. All right. But we never got that on, when was this? On the 21st. We kind of just stayed here. Market was consolidating, very stagnant. Didn't really do much. All right. So this is a good example of it doesn't work all the time. So, but you have a higher probability of it working more times than none. The 15-minute orb is lovely. I absolutely love that strategy. I just started using it about a year ago, and yeah, I mean it's a new strategy that I picked up. And as the years go on, you'll pick up new strategies. You'll develop new skills. And you just put them all to your trading techniques. All right. Let me see here. Let's do one more just so I can show you guys. Let me see here. Time frame 5 days. Let's do 15 days. Is it 15 days? Yeah, let's do 15 days. All right. Let's do this day right here. All right. We got our low right here. We have our high right here. Okay. And yeah, I mean, we broke out here with high volume. You guys can see this candle right here, extremely aggressive. Yeah, and after that, the market just kind of just moved upwards. All right. After we got direction and we broke out of that orb, the market just continued to move up. Now, this was a good example of we didn't get a retest, but the market did continue to move upwards. And yeah, this right here was a trade that I don't know if I would have taken it. I would have had to see the full charting on it. But if I was going off of orb strategy, I wouldn't have taken this trade because we didn't get a retest. The retest on this one would have been here, but we never even touched. But our green wick should have touched our high, and we never got that. So that would have been our confirmation there for an uptrend to get into the market, but we never got that. So this was a trade that I wouldn't have taken. Let's do one more. All right, we're gonna map this out. We got our high here, and we have our low here. All right, and let's see when we get direction. Yeah, see, here's another one where it didn't really work out. We broke out here with a full close. And now we would have wanted to wait for a retest. We kind of got a retest, but the market, this right here would have been a fake out. And if we were going off of orb strategy, this right here wouldn't have worked. So this is what I say, like a lot of the times you have to understand what's happening the prior days in the market in order for you to fully know when to use the orb and when not to use the orb. Now, what I'm going over with you guys today is just the orb strategy. There is no other lines on these charts, so we didn't do a full charting system. But if we're going off of orb, this right here would have been a fake out. So you have to understand charting, have to understand your levels, have to understand your channels, and what's happening in the market. You don't just want to use one single strategy in the market because it's not always going to work. You have to incorporate other things in your charting system in order for you to be able to be successful in trading. All right. So understand what is happening and use multiple confluences in the market before you enter trades. All right. So that right there, I'm going to leave it at that for you guys. But yeah, for the most part, that is how you guys do the orb. You know what? I think this right here, what day was this? The 10th? I'm going to do one more. I'm going to just show you guys one more here. This one actually looks really good. It's decent. So we got our high, we got our low, no break, no full break, and we broke out here and the market continued to move downwards. All right, we got no retest here in the market, absolutely no retest. But if you are a very patient trader and you did decide to take this one, a lot of your stops would have been approximately up here, this level here. And yeah, if you were playing puts and you rode the market down, that would have been nice. It would have been a good trade, especially if you got faked out and you entered here and your stop loss was up here. That would have been decent. But like I said, the orb is a very good strategy. It works about 80% of the time. When it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to see any other type of trading strategies that I use, just put it down in the comments down below. I hope you guys learned something today. And yeah, good luck with trading. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. All right. Peace.